you guys? It's Savannah, and today I'm going to be showing you around my wild woods in Storybook Vale. I have a few villagers living in this area. I have Merida, Vanellope, and Rapunzel. Okay, I'm seeing this fire up here behind me. That's because I'm using this new camera feature where you can hide the villagers, but apparently Hades is still back there doing his animation. Oh my gosh, I'm like fully surrounded. What in the world? Can y'all give me some space? We're trying to do a tour here. I didn't know they were all collecting right next to me. So I'm currently standing just at the entrance to the wild woods. If we come on over from the Library of Lore, which I also have decorated if you guys would like to see that a different time. But this is right when we walk into the wild woods, and I wanted to have Merida's house front and center. I think that her house looks beautiful in this area. Overall, I wanted this part of the wild woods to have kind of like a spooky, enchanted forest vibe. So we have Merida's gorgeous little cottage here in the front, and to the right of that, we ended up making this really cute little like laundry area, just kind of like a cute little filler build where we could mix in some new items. I really like this little bathtub that has the bubble animation. It's really quite cute. And then to the left of her house, we'll circle over this way. I kind of made a bit of like a Stonehenge kind of thing, or like a standing stones from Outlander kind of vibe. So we have that in her yard as well, with the little glyph stone in the middle. I'll show you guys how this area looks in the evening too, because I think that little glowing mushrooms in here look so cool. And then I have been including ancient vacuums in most of my biomes, and I usually try to kind of hide it. So here I kind of tucked it behind the standing stones where I still like know where it is, but it's a little more hidden. So that is Merida's house. Let's circle on to the right of her house, and behind her house I wanted to have kind of like an archery area because we know Merida is the best. I did add in a little cooking station here just to kind of make this biome really functional for me, and I did kind of hide it behind this gorgeous little stone fence. And this is actually kind of like her little archery course. So I have the little target practice in the back there, some bow and arrows for her, and then her little sign with her showdown against Flynn Rider right there as well. So I thought that this archery area would be a really nice backyard filler for Merida. And then right on the other side of that, I actually built this kind of ruined castle with these castle walls. And this was a lot of fun. I did this on stream playing with these castle walls for the first time. I actually am planning on doing something kind of similar in my Forgotten Lands, and I think that that's going to turn out even better. I have some ideas cooking for over there. There's always more decorating to come over here. Now to the right of the castle, before we go in there, I just want to show you Goofy's stall here. I did customize it to the Tangled stall skin. I really like it. I like that it has the little glowing lanterns on it. It's very cute. So let's make our way through the castle and I will show you guys around. So I wanted to have this kind of castle in ruins over here, and I thought that it kind of fit with the spooky vibe. The idea is that the castle has kind of crumbled around, so there are still some ruined elements peeking through, and then the landscape has kind of just begun to take it over. So there are weeds, there are vines climbing through the castle walls and things like that. So to the left, I added a little bench here. I just thought that the stone really complemented the castle walls. Oh, and we have the baby dragons scampering around here too. It's so cute. I do have access to my mining nodes. This is always really important to me that I can be able to mine, of course. So I did design the castle walls around the mining nodes over here and just kind of left the pieces broken and crumbling right in front of those so I can still get over there. Now in the back right here, I ended up placing this marble fireplace, which is a bit random, but again, the idea is that this was once a castle, so I feel like there would still be some built-in pieces remaining, and I think that this fireplace is just really pretty and looks really good in Ever After, and it's not usually something I get to use outside, so I wanted to play around with that. So little fireplace remaining in the castle there. And then to the back of the castle, we do have our ruler's throne left here. Unfortunately, you cannot sit on it. I just wanted to have kind of like the back throne room in the back of the castle. So that's what this is, with the little goblet on the pillar next to it, kind of like the old leader has just kind of abandoned this. So that is the castle. I definitely recommend the castle walls if you have not already played with them. If they pop up in your premium shop, get it while you see it or pin it for later. That's my suggestion. Now, moving out of the castle, we do have Rapunzel's tower next to the waterfall. It's a bit tricky to see right here, so let me kind of just step away so we can get a better view of it. So here is how Rapunzel's tower looks next to the waterfall. I think that having Rapunzel's house kind of towards the back of the biome or at a distance makes most sense, because otherwise I usually can't see the whole thing. That is Rapunzel's house, and then I did decorate the front of her yard. So she has a little bit of a lounge area with some little Pascal lanterns right next to the water, so she can do some reading and some painting over here. Of course, I did add in the gazebo with the little painting table that I can craft at, and next to that I do have the golden flower on display, as well as her little guitar. So I'm always trying to work in adding little cooking stations, crafting stations, ancient vacuums. All those kind of things are like my must-haves in biomes, so I always want to include those. Moving along this way, we will go over to the right, which has a kind of completely different feel, but one other area I wanted to show you over here by Merida and Rapunzel's house is actually centered around this well. I really like these bear chairs. I actually am not a big fan of bears in real life. They kind of creep me out, so I keep my distance, but these bear chairs were really cute. I had one placed in front of Merida's house for the longest time, and I really enjoyed seeing the villagers coming over and having a seat in the bear chair. Is just so funny. So I wanted to put 2 bear chairs around the well. Just looks super cute. It's really fun to always see the villagers hanging out here, especially when I use the fast travel and pop out of the well. It's like always a surprise of who's going to be sitting in the bear chair today. So we've had our fun in this section of the Wildwoods, and it's actually really fitting that Vanellope is popping around over here, because the next area is decorated all for her, and that is right across the bridge here, which has a totally different feel, and this is definitely inspired by Vanellope and everything sugary and delicious. So we have a bit of a Candyland area over here. I love Vanellope's house in Ever After. Vanellope's house can be a very tricky place to put anywhere else. It kind of just sticks out. It doesn't have a lot that really goes with it, but I feel like it really makes sense to have it in Ever After with all the touches of pink, and it also has that fantasy feel naturally. So I wanted to go all out for Vanellope over here. So she of course has her candy house front and center when you come over the bridge, and then I did use this rug as my pathing throughout this area, which worked out really nicely and saved me a lot of time from putting the path down. I mixed in all of my spiral strawberries throughout this area as well, just to add to that sweetness effect. We have Vanellope with her little car. There's tons of candy items, the little donut chair, the lollipops, we have the cupcakes, the little candy corn lanterns that Dinah is trying to get a bite out of. I do have this Bing Bong candy stall. This is such a random item, and I kind of just wanted to use it here and see what happens. I don't know if I've ever seen a villager sitting over here, but it kind of just made sense to have Bing Bong hanging over here. So that is where Bing Bong has ended up. If I say Bing Bong one more time, my goodness. Anyway, over here we do have the little popsicle bench, because I feel like that definitely goes along with the candy vibe as well. This is how the biome looks when you are coming up from the bind here. So I do have this sweet house in this area as well. We can see Merida in front of that. I'm in the process of trying to decorate the entirety of the inside of this sweet house. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully I can figure out what exactly I want to do with it. I'm having some trouble currently. The little rug path does lead on over to this trial area, and I did mix in the rest of my spiral strawberries over here too. So that is the whole candy area. Kind of a different vibe from the rest of the wild woods, but this kind of just worked out perfectly to have all of these princesses' homes over here. And I feel like these are all characters that kind of don't want to be a princess. So I feel like it makes sense that they could all kind of bond over here in the wild woods. I did just want to include some clips of how the areas all look together in the evening. Really like seeing these little glowing candy corn lanterns. They're so cute, and I don't get to use them often enough. So again, that's our little Candyland area. And then I will definitely make sure to show you the little area over here with the standing stones, with the mushrooms. I think is so cute. I do wish that that rock in the center would glow. That's actually another item that I found in Scrooge's. And the standing stones are an item that you get from Merida's friendship quests. We continue along this way and check out the front of our house. I feel like there's just lots of like glowing mushrooms around the area, which is really fun. Ooh, does this little bathtub light up? I think it is it lighting up? I can't really tell. It kind of looks like it is. Oh my gosh. Alice being bigger than Beast is a wild sight. Makes sense for the wild woods. We have our creepy little abandoned castle over here. And of course, all the lanterns by Rapunzel's house glow over here too, and her little golden flower. So we love to see it. I really like how this area turned out. I'm excited to decorate in my Forgotten Lands using all of these castle items as well. So stay tuned for that. One last thing is that I just want to show an overhead of how the Wildwood looks. You can see how my path is all laid out. I do have a full extensive tutorial on how I lay out my path. So if you're new to DDV or want some more decorating tips, definitely check that video out. We have all the castle ruins towards the back of the biome. Oh, and I did put this starlight projector on top of the castle tower here, but I guess you really can't see it. So what is the point? But it is fun to just be able to put stuff up there, although I do wish we had something more that made sense to put up there. Seems kind of pointless right now, but let me know what you guys have been putting on the castle towers, if anything. And then over here, we have the sweet house and Vanellope's house and all of the rugs leading up to the houses in that area. The rain is starting to pick up now, so I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this area. If you have questions about anything, feel free to drop them in the comments and I will do my best to help you out.